But it's also
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I mean, that dude
He can play any
it.
goddamn thing.
Yeah,
That dude could play. He can make guitar noises with a piece of grass. Like, that dude can play anything. Like, he's so goddamn good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Dude, oh my God. If you haven't watched True Detective, for the love of God, because there's obviously not enough opportunities for him out here to get, more on screen, because there's just so much lack of work that you can't get one of the best actors acting to get a movie role. It's really crazy what's going on. It just doesn't make sense how there's... Fuck that. Get them in some work.
Please.
Go watch True Detective Season 3. If you watch True Detective Season 2 and were turned off by it, only because of the writing, because the acting was fine in that too.
The story wasn't even bad.
It's so good. No, Season 3 is so damn good. Like, Season 1 is what it is. It's different. It is, like, it's a work of art. It is unique in just film, period.
Mm-hmm.
But Season 3 is damn close. If there's a close comparison, Season 3 gets really close.
Yeah, it's really close.
And then you got your Denzel Washington. Okay, this is ranker.com. And it is Denzel Washington at number 1, which I am not going to argue with.
No.
He is fantastic very often. And he has been for probably close to 3 decades.
Yep.
Denzel, perfect. When he's in a movie, it's his movie.
Yep.
Morgan Freeman, can't say it about him. Almost, maybe ever.
I mean, was the last time Mandela? Was that last time he was in a movie?
Yeah, that one. And then, what is it, Along Came a Spider? Either way, that's like maybe 2 movies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sam Jackson, top guy on what?
Shaft.
Then Snakes on a Plane. Will Smith.
He's usually top because Will Smith's been there for a while.
He's a pretty marketable dude. But even at that, you look at the quality of movies. Like, he might get a spot and it's his movie, but shouldn't he get more, like, big, like, Oscar-esque movies? Or even blockbuster movies? Like, the movies he's been doing lately, or not even lately, because he took a bit of a break, they're just not good, man. Like...
Yes, I miss Will Smith from Independence Day. Give him those roles. He was so good in that. Men in Black. It's amazing.
I mean, Tommy Lee Jones is there with him, but he is definitely like not necessarily. I mean, he's strong. He's it. I Am Legend
in that movie
pretty much by himself.
Yeah,
Independence Day is good. Pursuit of Happiness, he knocks it out of the park in that. A lot of people try and like hate on that movie. Hate on it if you want, but Will Smith is good in it. Yes. iRobot is fine. He's good in iRobot. Bad Boys is just fun. Hitch is good. I think Hancock is an underrated movie. I think he's real good in that. The villain at the end is pretty underwhelming, but I think that Hancock himself as a character and as a movie is good. Ali's another one. He's good in that. And these are all movies that are
Enemy of the State was really good.
Yeah. 7 Pounds is solid. Wild Wild West, I'm not going to talk about that one. He's in Suicide Squad, man. And, I mean, if there was a bright spot of that movie, I think it's him and Margot Robbie. And they're running with Margot Robbie. Like, why isn't there more Deadshot spin-offs? I thought that he was real good.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it's a lot easier to make, like, a shoot-'em-up kind of movie than there is to do,
Birds of Prey.
Maybe not Birds of Prey, but, like, a real CGI-driven superhero movie.
Okay, yeah.
Where DC has come in second place very often to Marvel. Collateral Beauties. Bright, man. All right, look. Bright was fun. As someone who plays a lot of, like, fantasy RPG games like D&D and watches a bunch of, like, anime and things like that, I thought that Bright was a neat idea, and I didn't think he was that bad in it. I thought it was better than a lot of people thought.
I agree.
After Earth... that's a big miss for me. I wasn't feeling that one. But still, like, those are 25 movies and probably 4 of them are bad.
Like, really bad. Like, you don't want to watch them bad. Because he has a lot that you'll watch. I'll watch Hitch is on. I'll watch Hitch.
Hitch is fun, man. Hitch is a fun movie. And just getting back to that list, Forrest Whitaker, very often is he the guy who is the guy. And even at that, these guys that we're talking about, they're all 50-plus years old, man.
Yep. Yeah,
Idris
like Forrest
Elba.
Whitaker. Oh, I forget about him. Forrest Whitaker.
He's real good.
He's older, too. But Forrest Whitaker's had
Yes.
to work for so long. I mean, you forget the dude's in Bloodsport.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's 59.
Oh, 60. He looks so much older.
He'll be 60 next year.
Especially when Will Smith is only 7 years younger. Oh, man.
Forrest Whitaker's so good in The Last King of Scotland.
But even at that, yeah. But even at that, right? So Denzel he's born in 54, so he's almost 70.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman was born in 37. Holy shit.
I was about to say, that guy's old. And he's looked the same
he's
for like
83.
40 years. Yeah.
Sam Jackson, 48, so he's 70. Yeah, 72. Man. But yeah, these are all older guys.
James Earl Jones, forget about him. Voice acting wise, he's really good too.
Sure,
Like,
but I'm saying
iconic.
These are iconic people, right? You got Darth Vader, Mufasa.
The Sandlot.
Was that Field of Dreams? Sandlot? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy. I mean, he...
Buckwheat, anything you want.
Yeah, just funny movies. He really revolutionized the game for comedians kind of transitioning and doing their own thing. But that's your number 8 best black actor. Like, and then even at that, like Lawrence Fishburne is never really the dude. Idris Elba very often is the dude. And a lot of the time, Idris Elba is just in series. Like, he's not even in movies. So, of the top 8, and they're all old, man.
When do you get to the youngest dude on there?
The youngest guy. So Don Cheadle's at 11. Don Cheadle's never the top dude.
Don Cheadle's
Hotel
not that
Rwanda,
young either. Yeah.
No, Don Cheadle, like Hotel Rwanda.
Dude, John Cheadle's also in one of my favorite parts from Rush Hour too, where he's like, "Come on, Kenny, I'll shoot you." Say he slipped and fell in the kitchen.
He's good, man.
Every time. Chris Tucker. He's not even anywhere. He's not mentioned.
Man, I can never say this dude's name. He's in 12 Years a Slave and...
oh, yeah, I can't say his name either. Four Brothers. Yeah.
Eo4? That's close, right?
That dude's such a good actor, too.
He's very, very, very good, dude.
He sticks out in everything he's in.
Yes, and he should be in so much more. Jamie Foxx on here, and we talked about how little Jamie Foxx is in things. But
and think about the things he's in them. He's amazing.
Yeah, sure. I agree. But he's not in a lot. Danny Glover. Old guy.
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan. He's good, but still.
Michael Clark Duncan also died, so rest in peace.
I'm sure. Yeah, but look, I mean, he's not ever the top. He's not ever the guy.
He was never the guy.
Jr. had that stretch for a while where he was that dude.
Kind of messed himself up, but
Chadwick Boseman, sure, he's like lazy.
Dude, that's the youngest guy you get to, and it took forever to get
77. We're all the way down to 16.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is on here. Same thing. Wesley Snipes had his stretch where he was the guy.
Mm-hmm. You want an action movie? Wesley Snipes.
Terrence Howard. Hustle and Flow, was that his only is that his only movie that's his?
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, I'll give you that. Michael B. Jordan's a younger dude, and he's kind of doing that now. As far as not even now, he's always kind of been the lead in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, there's so many that are missing, and then there's so many guys, like we said, like Ben Affleck is the star of any movie he's in.
Well, we talked about, okay, so you look at Matthew McConaughey, right? So Matthew McConaughey's kind of trajectory was he did True Detective, right? And then Mud, and then Dallas Buyers Club was right there around the same time. And that's when he gets his Oscar. He starts, making some of these other movies. Like, he started just putting out movies. Like, I think Gold was one of them, and he had a few more where they're just money. Like, oh, McConaughey's so good and this and that. We got to go see McConaughey. Well, for a long time, he was just a rom-com guy, and he had a Lincoln Lawyer, and that was kind of like his serious role that kind of got him some of these opportunities. Mahershala Ali is great.
Amazing.
He's in one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie, Moonlight, and he knocks out of the park in that movie, and he's in like a third of it. He is really good in House of Cards, and he's really good in
True
oh my God. Well, that's what I was getting at, is that his trajectory is the opposite, where he gets his Oscar first, and then his most recent thing he's done is True Detective. So it's like, why is that the case? Why is it that McConaughey does True Detective? Why is it that McConaughey does True Detective? You know, and then it has to catapult him to that, where this guy gets his Oscar. Well, he has that other one too. Viggo Mortensen. Yeah. They got the male version of Miss Daisy. I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, he's the driver.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be really good, right?
Isn't it vice versa? Isn't Viggo Mortensen the driver?
I think so. Yes, but I meant Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really jarring to look at some of like the list, and even at that, a lot of this list is comedians. Once you start getting down to it, yeah, Green Book, thank you. But yeah, you start getting down the list, man, and it's mostly comedians. Like you're looking at Bernie Mac.
Rest in peace as well.
Yes, so good. Bernie Mac. You said Chris Rock, Chris Tucker.
Kevin Hart's got
they'll have Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, Donald Glover was comedy and music before he was in.
He's a good actor too.
Yes, I agree. Omar Epps, didn't he rap before?
Omar Epps,
or is he just in Juice?
I think so.
Richard Pryor's one. You know, Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart, like you said. Ice Cube, his in. You know, Ice Cube, his in was the popularity from his music.
And then Boys in the Hood.
Well, right, but he was Ice Cube before he was in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
It's just Jamie Foxx, like we talked about, his in was his comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's so many, and it's really jarring to like none of them are like the top billed guy very often, unless it's like a Will Smith, kind of we can sell this to white folks kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange because Denzel's big movies where he kind of crosses over, and there's like that dynamic duo like Philadelphia, or American Gangster is another one where it's got, you know, your white dude and the black dude kind of dynamic. There's just not as many. Training Day is another great one. Yeah. He's got quite a few. Denzel's so damn good. Jesus.
Yeah.
Antoine Fisher is another one. There's just a lot, dude. He's super great. But you would just think that there was more. You think that they would just kind of follow the recipe, and apparently they haven't because of, I don't know why. I don't want to say it's because of racism, because I don't know the people that are making these decisions personally. But when you look at how big of a disparity it is, and we talk about all those guys that do not have lead role, like Liam Neeson, Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm just pulling this other list up, and these guys are, dude, you can just immediately hang your hat on a movie that they've starred in.
After Taken, how many movies did we see Liam Neeson in that were essentially Taken?
Yeah. A lot. I agree. Keanu Reeves, Russell Crowe. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just really kind of crazy to think about and look at when you aren't looking at it from another certain point of view.
Dude, we didn't even say, I can't remember the guy's name, but we didn't even mention the guy from, Black Klansman. That movie was so good.
Oh, that's Denzel's son. He is very good. Yeah, he's doing the new one with Christopher Nolan. Tenet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one looks pretty crazy. So maybe they'll use him, but then it's like, man, there's Denzel's kids that are doing the same type of shit. So Black Klansman's a fantastic movie, though. If you haven't seen that, it is good until it gets Spike Lee at the end, which I just didn't really love. It's like basically a black dude calling the KKK and getting a membership card, and it's really great. He just kind of does like, a white voice, and he gets in, and then just the end of it I didn't like, because then he injects kind of the social justice stuff at the end that's kind of taking place, or was taking place, like in Baltimore. But I don't know. In recent, maybe not. I'm not looking at it through the same veil of ignorance that I was before, maybe it is warranted. Maybe he was just using his platform to kind of send a message. So,
usually what Spike Lee does. I mean, he's been pretty persistent with it his whole career. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about him a lot is he does pull people you haven't really seen in movies, gives them a role.
Regina King's another one, dude. Regina King has been around since, Friday. She's so good. And she's so still just doing TV. She's number 8 on this list, man. And she's just doing TV. Like, it's so crazy. And that's another one. She just won an Oscar, I think, in the last 2 or 3 years. And she's back to doing, HBO shows, the same as Mahershala Ali.
Although, I mean, I think if you're going to do it, HBO is kind of at the top of shows. I mean, it's not like you're doing a show for Lifetime. I mean, those are like what she did, Watchmen, right? Like, I mean, that was...
Yeah, and she is fantastic in it.
She's great.
If you haven't seen Watchmen, for the love of God, go watch it.
I mean, so those aren't... I look at HBO as being different than a regular sitcom or a TV drama. It's like one step under a movie, and sometimes it's even better than movies. Sometimes you get to tell more in that. Like, I don't know. Sure,
but as a viewer, I will give you that. But look at the white guys that I was talking about, like your Jake Gyllenhaals, your even Viggo Mortensen, or Liam Neeson, or
Gerard Butler,
Matt Damon, Gerard Butler, Ben Affleck, Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds has been in a ton lately. Like,
to your point, I love some of these HBO shows are better than these movies, but these guys aren't doing those. These guys are getting, $10, $20 million to go do a blockbuster summer movie.
It's very true.
Leonardo DiCaprio, every time he does a movie, it's out of the park. And I'm not saying that these actors aren't bad and they don't deserve it. But what I am saying is that now that I'm looking at it the way I am, it doesn't seem like the opportunity is there. Where a Regina King and a Mahershala Ali shouldn't have to go from standing on stage and thanking their family and everyone that's been there for them throughout their careers and holding their Oscar. How long did it take for Leonardo DiCaprio to win an Oscar? And he's been in blockbusters for most of his career.
Yeah, he's been in a ton.
Maybe not your classic
2-3 years.
Maybe not your classic, superhero action movie blockbuster. But when Leo's in a movie, people take notice because he is good, and I'm not trying to dispute that at all. I think he's very good, and he deserves it. But it took him years to get that Oscar. These guys have it, and now they're back doing TV shows.
Yep.
It just looks a certain way to me.
And I mean, there are films where it's like, God, you mean to tell me this guy couldn't have been in that movie? Like, there are movies where I get if you want to have a timepiece and it doesn't make sense for a black person to play this character. Yeah, cool. Understandable. Makes sense to me. But then there are other movies where it's like, why does a dude have to be white? Why not just go?
Matter is what I'm. Yeah, like there's.
Why not go bait off the script and whoever plays the part the best? Like, I just don't get that.
Stanfield, there it is. I'm gonna have to get it tattooed on my neck so I never forget it or something. But he's super good, and I think that it's like a name I shouldn't have to try and remember. He is that good. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks.
He plays Snoop Dogg in Straight. Oh, he did play Snoop in Straight Outta Compton. Yo, I love that movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he is so far back on the billing list, and I just said I can name what he's in because I recognize him from Atlanta, and he is good. But I shouldn't have to. Yeah. Like, what's his name? Like,
it should be Build More. Yeah.
Yeah, he's super good, man. And that started to bother you. I think it's on Hulu. That shit is funny. Go watch that. It's good. Really good. It's got some real deep, freaky, like underlying themes in it, and
fucking twist is crazy. Good. Like it's just it's weird. It's really.
You'll like get up leaving get up from the couch and just be like. Honestly, that movie kind of is a strange but very relevant parallel to the topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where they have to talk like white dudes just so that they can make a sale. And after a certain point, when they're at work, they can only talk that way. Like, they're not allowed to talk any other way. It's super good. Yeah, check that out. If there's a recommendation in this podcast, it's right here. Go see that. It is good. If you like Power, the dude from Power that plays Ghost is in it too. So if that doesn't sell you. Or also the lady that plays the Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok is also in it. She's pretty good in it. You can see people throw a bunch of shit at her. Yeah. She's the girlfriend, I believe.
Yeah.
And so is Armie Hammer. So if you need a white guy in there and listening to white people's voices over black faces isn't enough for you, Armie Hammer is there.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Give these actors more work, dude. They're so damn good.
Please.
Like him, anyone else that's in Atlanta, like they're all super good. It's just it shouldn't all have to come from Atlanta, though. It shouldn't have to be from one spot. And we just talk about all these old ass dudes that have been around for decades, and they don't have a lot of leading roles.
Yeah.
Like you can count most of their leading roles on one hand, and it's dumb. Like Morgan Freeman's best like movie, which is probably Shawshank Redemption. He's not even the lead. Like that shouldn't be the case because Morgan Freeman's been so good for so long. I mean,
you look at Wanted, and he's in that, and James McAvoy was around for 2 movies before that.
Right. Yeah, and he's the lead. Like, it's upsetting. It's
not that he's not a good actor. Again, it's just come on, man.
I don't know if it's upsetting. I mean, I'm not like up in arms because I don't know if there's much I can do about it, but kind of keep the conversation going like we're trying to do here. But it's disappointing when you really start to look at it the way that we are looking at it here. So
yeah, super disappointing because, like I was saying, you notice these people, and I just want to notice that more. Like, give me more of a chance.
But yeah, Michael Pena, dude, that's another one. I mean, he's just not white. Like, he's super
can I say
good and
everything he's in? Can I say the little tangent? Like, how did they not have Michael Pena's character at the beginning of Endgame do the wrap
giving
of
you
what
like a recap?
happened? Yeah, the recap. Like
when they had like the time skip. Like, man, it's crazy. Everybody just disappears, man. Like,
you got this dude, and then this guy did this. Like, how did they not do that?
So good. It's so good.
That would have made it kind of better.
Yeah, like they put T.I. and him in there, but that's not like one of the big ones. It's not like Iron Man, Captain America. You know, it's not.
Yeah, but that small part would have been worth it.
I agree.
Would have made the movie better.
Sure, I don't disagree. Give them some work. They're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch the movies I've been watching that you guys have been making that you put them in a little bit of. Put them in more. I'll watch them more.
Mm-hmm.
That's been us. Final thoughts? Thank God for basketball. Root for the Blazers so I don't look stupid.
I mean, just root for whoever you want to root for. We're not here to tell
Blazers. It's Blazers. We're rooting for Blazers. They need all the love. The Bulls are already out of it. They've been out of it since they started filming that documentary 20 years ago. Anyways.
Well, I think I'm going to go for Duke South then and all those Duke guys at New Orleans.
God, you're so ass. Anyways. I'm Kyle. He's B-Mac. Give black actors some work. And remember to love each other, love yourselves, and stay adventurous.
We'll be out.